Northern Territory has scrapped an ambitious target to produce 50% of its electricity from renewables by 2030. Matt Cunningham is live in Darwin. Matt, why is the government making this move now?
Well, Kieran, it's because this plan has become both complex and expensive. The CLP has announced this morning that it will scrap that 50% renewable energy target by 2030. It was announced by Labor back in 2017, but I think it would be fair to say that it has been something of a disaster, this policy, Kieran. You can see there solar farms that were built as part of this policy in areas between Darwin and Katherine. There were 3 of those solar farms built. Those solar farms are still not operating at full capacity. And in fact, for years after they were built, they were unable to be used at all because of fears that that energy, the intermittent nature of that energy, could cause the electricity grid to trip and lead to widespread blackouts. The previous Labor government had always maintained that this was going to provide cheaper, greener energy, but the reality has been anything but. It has reduced the security of the energy system and led to increased costs. That is something that has been warned about by the Utilities Commissioner on several occasions, and today the new CLP government has announced that that target will be scrapped.
We know that over the last 8 years, Labor have only reached about 20% renewables into the system, and we've looked into this matter, and now, since being in office, it's going to cost an estimated $5 billion to get us up to 50% renewables.
It's interesting that the new government is revealing the cost of this, Kieran. We love the way that new governments reveal the cost of something that previous governments had tried to keep secret. If you go back 5 years, we actually put a Freedom of Information request into the former Labor government because we knew it had done a report into the cost of its renewable energy plan. When we got that report under Freedom of Information, 116 of its 118 pages, everything but the front and back cover, had been completely redacted. The government continued to say it was going to provide cheaper, greener energy, but you can see the reality borne out today with the Country Liberal Party saying that it was going to cost $5 billion, about $56,000 for each Territorian. The Utilities Commission had already warned that achieving this target would be possible, but very difficult and complex and expensive. There might be a sting in the tail, though, of the government's announcement today. Power prices in the Northern Territory have been capped at CPI for the past 5 years. That means that consumers have largely been shielded from the price increases despite the cost of electricity production going up. The government says it will cap those power prices at 3% this year, but will review that cap going forward. And that can only mean, I think, that we might see higher power costs here in the Northern Territory going forward as well.
Our plan is to keep it at 3%, but we're going to review it every year depending on the budget, because that's what it is at the moment, 3%, and we're going to review that each budget. We're going to be responsible and make sure that we offer the Territorians the cheapest power possible, and maybe it will go down.
I think that's an optimistic view you've just heard from the Deputy Chief Minister, Gerard Maley, Kieran, given we are seeing the cost of power rise, not just here in the Northern Territory, but right across the country.